This is StoryLink Radio. Our stories are presented before a live audience, then recorded for the StoryLink Radio podcast for your on-demand listening pleasure. Please visit StoryLinkRadio.com for show notes, to find out how to join our live audience, and for lots of free stuff, including free audiobooks and much more. This episode is the next chapter in MORTE D'ARTHUR. Please remember to visit www.storylinkradio.com. Chapter 21. How Orpheus impeached Queen Igraine, Arthur's mother, of treason, and how a knight came and desired to have the death of his master revenged. Right so came Orpheus, and said openly, that the king and all might hear that were feasted that day, "Ye are the falsest lady of the world, and the most traitorous unto a king's person." "Beware," said Arthur, "what thou sayest. Thou speakest a great word." "I am well aware," said Orpheus, "what I speak, and here's my glove to prove it upon any man that will say to the contrary, that this Queen Igraine is causer of your great damage and of your great war. For, and she would have uttered it in the life of King Uther Pendragon, of the birth of you, and how ye were begotten ye had never had the mortal wars that ye have had. For the most part of your barons of your realm knew never whose son ye were, nor of whom ye were begotten, and she that bare you of her body should have made it known openly in excusing of her worship and yours, and in likewise to all the realm. Wherefore I prove her false to God, and to you, and to all your realm, and who will say the contrary, I will prove it on his body." Then spake Igraine, and said, "I am a woman, and I may not fight, but rather than I should be dishonoured, would some good man take my quarrel. More," she said, "Merlin knoweth well, and ye, Sir Orpheus, how King Uther came to me in the castle of Tintagil in the likeness of my lord that was dead 3 hours tofore, and thereby gat a child that night upon me. And after the 13th day King Uther wedded me. And by his commandment, when the child was born, it was delivered unto Merlin, and nourished by him. And so I saw the child never after, nor wot not what is his name, for I knew him never yet." "And there," Orpheus said to the queen, "Merlin is more to blame than ye." "Well, I wot," said the queen, "I bear a child by my lord King Uther, but I wot not where he is become." Then Merlin took the king by the hand, saying, "This is your mother." And therewith Sir Ector bare witness how he nourished him by Uther's commandment. And therewith King Arthur took his mother Queen Igraine in his arms and kissed her, and either wept upon other. And then the king let make a feast that lasted 8 days. And then on a day there came in the court a squire on horseback, leading a knight before him wounded to the death, and told him how there was a knight in the forest had reared up a pavilion by a well, and hath slain my master, a good knight. His name was Miles. Wherefore I beseech you that my master may be buried, and that some knight may revenge my master's death." Then the noise was great of that knight's death in the court, and every man said his advice. Then came Griflet, that was but a squire, and he was but young, of the age of the King Arthur. And so he besought the king for all his service that he had done him to give the order of knighthood. Check back soon for the next chapter of MORTE D'ARTHUR. Thank you for listening to StoryLink Radio. If you like what you've just heard, we hope you will subscribe to our podcast and pass along our web address, www.storylinkradio.com. Be sure to visit our website for show notes, to find out how to join our live audience, and for lots of free stuff, including free audiobooks and much more. Join us next time for another story from StoryLink Radio.